Hello everyone, I'm on the Cincinnati Eastern Railroad today. I'm in downtown Mount Orab, Ohio, and we've got a westbound loaded rock train coming through. It's going to have 2 locomotives and a bunch of rock cars. So we're going to have a quick look at the train station since I'm up in front of it. That's the old spelling, the original spelling for Mount Orab. Now today, that E is an A. So we're over here in downtown Mount Orab where the old Caboose is at, in the train station. Here we go. Yeah, look at that poor Caboose. It gets worse and worse every time. It's beyond saving at this point. And it's owned by the Mount Orab Women's Club. That's what those letters on the side of it mean. And those years 72 and 78. I'm not really sure the significance of that. Maybe that's when they moved the station over here and Mount Orab Women's Club took over, possibly. Because the old train station used to be way down that way on the other side of the tracks, up there near the highway. That's High Street, Route 68. And there's remnants of a couple other tracks over there still, little pieces of tracks. Hey, here's the inside of the Caboose. As you can tell, it's pretty well shot. The roof is just completely rotted away. That's pretty much what led to all the decay. All the rainfall we get in this part of Ohio, without a roof on here, all the wood just rotted. We get 48 inches annual precipitation in this part of Ohio, one of the wettest places in the United States. And there's the inside of the Caboose. Here's this end of the Caboose. There's the handbrake right there. See that? And it's on its own track. It has a couple pieces of steel that are welded onto the rail to keep it from rolling. There was a Caboose in Kentucky near Cave Run Lake that was on a track just like this. It didn't have that little piece of steel there to stop from rolling, and it actually rolled off the end of the track. That was a few years ago. That Caboose is no longer there now though. Hey, check out this tie plate, 1936. This is a brand new tie with a new spike and an old tie plate. Let's have a look at the rail before the train gets here. It's 132 pounds per yard. That's pretty good size rail. This is heavy welded rail, rolled by Carnegie, USA. Look at this, rolled in 1955. 3 dashes is March. Just think of all the trains that's seen. And I've ridden the 611, that steam locomotive. I've ridden the train pulled by that across this line twice. Once in the late 80s, and I think the other time was in the the early 90s. The last year that the J-class 611 steam locomotive ran through here was 1994. I still remember it. All right, the train's coming. Those lights should start flashing. There they go. Lights are flashing. Here comes the train. Maximum speed on the line is 25, and they've got a lot of spots where they only go 10. So it's really easy to chase this train. They're hard to find though, because of all the trees and brush. It's kind of like a tree tunnel. There's Freddie on the rear. That was a long one. That was a good one. All loaded with rock. Going to Milford, and they'll unload it along Round Bottom Road near Bezac. That's where they unload the rock.
Good roll by.
Good roll by. The conductor is over on the left side of the tracks. He drives that van, that white van. So he does roll by inspections, gets the gates, switches tracks, gets derails, all that stuff. Listen to that. They're climbing up the grade out of Mount Orab. Lights just went off. Well, the rails were already shiny before the train got here, so I won't be showing them. But we're going to go up there and catch them again. So don't go away yet. We still got Williamsburg Hill coming up too. All right, I'm in downtown Williamsburg, Ohio now with Chessie. Hey Chessie, say hi. There's Chessie. Williamsburg has a population of 2,645. Look at that. That's nice looking. Holton's Donuts. Right over there, that used to be the fire station. That was the firehouse for years. When I was on Goshen Fire Department, that used to be Williamsburg Fire Department. I used to know some people over there. They're long gone now. But we're going to get the train going up the hill. Just giving you a look at downtown Williamsburg before the train comes. There you go. Let's go get the train coming up the hill. Hey, I never noticed it before. Over here at Dulite, they got the Cincinnati Reds, a big red machine on their sign right there. I remember that back in the 1970s. Pete Rose, Johnny Bench, David Concepcion, all those guys. Back in the late 70s, a big red machine. The best baseball team in the National League at the time. And there's Dulite, right next to the railroad tracks. There's a lot of people that work there. The railroad crossing is right there. So I'm gonna get the train going up the hill in 4K on this one. And I'm hearing them coming into town. Let's get over there. There they come. Coming up the hill. Let's listen to them working. This train's a little bit longer than normal. Normally they only have about 19 or 20 rock cars. This one's got at least 23. There they go, up the hill. That was a good one. Each one of those cars weighs just a little bit over 30 tons empty, and they can hold about a little bit over 100, maybe 101 tons of rock maximum per car. This is a rock shuttle, and they go from Plum Run, Heidelberg Materials, it's out past Peebles. They go up to Milford and they unload it. They run several of these a week. And that right there is the old defect detector. You can see that on the left right here at milepost 33. That was a good one. Now today is Thursday, the 31st July, and on Monday they had a guy here in Williamsburg that was stealing railroad spikes. He was pulling spikes out of the track. He had a little pile, and the police caught him. I don't know what became of that. Anyways, thanks for watching from the Leaning Towers section of Williamsburg. Got my hat on. Hey, check out another video. Actually, I got some video here that I've never posted before. I was want to use this. I want to use some of this video up. So check out this video here. I got some more video to tack on here. Make the video a little bit longer. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, Dolphins again. Hey, guess where I'm at today? I'm in Plant City, Florida. I'm here at the Railroad Diamonds. It's raining right now. Can't believe it's raining one day I come to Plant City. But we have some trains gonna be coming through here. We've got a CSX local, should be coming through at any time. And we also have Amtrak. Amtrak's gonna be coming through at any time. So, we are in the rain in Plant City, Florida. Go ahead and start the video, son. Here we go, at the Railroad Diamonds. All right, I'm hearing CSX air horn and I'm hearing the Amtrak air horn both at the same time. And here comes Amtrak. They just called the signal out. It's raining pretty good. All right, there you go. Amtrak got here before CSX. I'm gonna put my jacket back on. I'm actually getting a little bit cold. But wait, there's more. Here we go. We got more live action coming on. Gates are going down over that way. Railroad Diamonds are right over here. This will be a short train. Now, before they did some switching a few minutes ago, they had 76 axles. I'm not sure what they had right there. Looks like they cut some cars off when they were doing some switching. Well, let's see what else we can get into here. But wait, there's more. Of course, always is. I'm hearing the train, so I'm up here in the top of the tower. We're going to catch one. Yep, I hear it. We're going to catch going across these diamonds. Stand out here in the rain and catch it. We're gonna get it right there. This will be a great view. All right, the gates are going down over there. See that? Gates are just starting to go down. And here comes the train. Gonna pop around the building here. Gonna pop around the corner of the building and hit the diamonds. Here we go. Wow, that train had a lot of Tropicana cars on it. That's the most Tropicana cars I think I've ever seen on a train. Count those. Let me know how many Tropicana cars are on that. That was a good one. It was long. I got soaked. Woo! I got soaked during that one. I stood over here on that platform in the rain. Well, we're expecting Amtrak to come through, so hopefully Amtrak will come by here. Maybe it'll be the next train we see. So let's see what else we can get to. Here we go. All right, see that clear signal showing right there for Amtrak? They're gonna be coming through in just a few minutes. So I'm gonna go up there in the top of the tower, right there on the second floor, and catch Amtrak coming towards the diamonds. All right, this is gonna be really cool. And it's still raining. I'm getting soaking wet. All right, here comes Amtrak. He's called a clear at the Amtrak, or at the Plant City holdout. There's a garbage truck over here. It is really raining pretty good too. All right, here we go. Check this out. This is a great view from up here. They were booking. What is the hurry? They can go up to 60 miles an hour through here. Hard telling when the next train will come through. Well, that garbage truck is loud. I could hear them banging over here while that train was going by, emptying the dumpsters. All right, well, hopefully something else will come by. This is the most I've seen it rain all the times I've been to Florida. It's coming down pretty good. Here's a good look at the tower here, the viewing platform. I remember when they first put that in, I read about that in Trains magazine. They had an article in it. And back then was when I was first starting my YouTube channel. And I was coming to Florida to visit my mom in Wauchula. And I decided to stop over here and have a look at this. So I saw it in the magazine. So I came over here to visit. Thought it was pretty cool. And I bumped into Millennium Force too. The same day, the first time I was here. So we started talking, started filming trains together. All kinds of cool stuff over at the museum too. Plant City, Florida. And here's the train station right here with a caboose. Look at that. That is a nice looking caboose right there. Check that out. And a little in-cab switcher. Pretty sweet. Some maintenance away equipment over there. And there's a railroad diamond right at the end. Look at that. Both these tracks cross each other. Here's a better look at the railroad diamond. Check out the old State Theater. Is that cool looking or what? Look at that building. That is really awesome. Not sure if they still use it or not. And got some other old buildings right over here. Look at those. Love these old buildings. It's pretty cool because Amtrak comes right down through here. We are in downtown Plant City. And here's a sailor guy and his girlfriend. That's pretty cool. Amtrak's will be coming right through here. Actually, I hear them. Was that cool or what? That was a good one. They were booking. They got places to go. There's the theater. All right, thanks for watching. Let's see what else we can get into while we're here in Plant City. While I'm waiting for a train, check out this mural. This is really, really awesome. Look at this. And it's right next to the Crazy Cup. I like that train there too. Look at the size of that strawberry she's holding. That is huge. All right, here's a close look at the rail. It's 136 pounds per yard. It was rolled by Bethlehem Steelton in 1998. Count the dashes, that's the month. I can't hardly tell how many dashes there are because it's really hard to see this stuff anyway. So, rolled in 1998, 136 pounds per yard. That's the main thing. There you go. All right, they got a clear signal for Amtrak. Amtrak's the next train across the Diamonds. They're just running behind a little bit. I hope they come through before it gets any darker because it's just now starting to get dark.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, there always is. All right, here we go. Train number 40, the Floridian. The last Amtrak train of the day to come through. Wow, they are booking. Plenty of horn. Wow, they were really booking. Hey, who is that over there? That's Millennium Force, the Florida guy. People from Florida down here. Wow, that train was booking. I heard them calling out the signals on 160.590. And I also heard on 160.230 CSX doing some work. They're doing some maintenance at a crossing and at a switch, doing some kind of ballast work. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a quick look at this first. Can't see this too many times. Look at there. I don't know if we'll catch any more trains here. We're gonna try. Hey, look who it is. What you doing there, Loki? Now that's a cute dog. Look at that. There he is. He's just relaxing in the sun. Sun coming through the window. Hi, Loki. Hi there. As you were.